Good morning, it is Jen and our jammies here, and I wanted to tell you about the workshop that I went to yesterday. It was with a guy called Max Strom, who I hadn't ever heard of before I signed up for the course. But I watched a couple of his videos on YouTube and I was like, sounds quite interesting, I'm going to go to this. And the workshop that I specifically wanted to go to yesterday was on finding your life's purpose. It's a question that I felt a little bit stuck with recently and a little bit lost with the whole, it's a new year, it's a new decade, what are you doing with yourself? And I've just thought, I don't fucking know. I'm not great at goal setting. I'm trying to be better with it, but I find it really difficult. So I thought, how can you even try and set goals around something if you don't even know what the fuck you're trying to do with life? So I went along to this workshop and it was really useful, really useful. And it turned out that I did already know what my life's purpose was. I was just a bit confused about how I want that to look. So I've done a lot of work yesterday on that. And last night, obviously, just as I was about to drop off to bed, all the answers came flooding to me. So I have not had a good night's sleep, as I look like shit. Although I think the lighting in here is taking the edge off of that, so that's quite good. And yeah, I thought, if I've worked out what my life purpose is, should maybe share it with the world, because then it gives people a better idea of what I'm about and how I can help. So what I've discovered that I believe my life purpose to be is, I wrote this down so that I get it right, because this is the second time I've done this video. I rambled too much in the last one, and here I go rambling again. Never mind. My life's purpose is to teach others to be the best version of themselves, however that looks to them, starting with movement and breath. And through Pilates and yoga, it allows people to have space to focus on their body, and it allows the mind to be a little bit more quiet from the rest of their life, even if it's only for a second or two at a time. And I want to be clear that it doesn't matter why you come to Pilates or yoga. If you come purely for a fitness element, that is totally fine. I'm never going to ask you, why are you here? Probably should from a marketing perspective, but I don't want to put my goals for you onto you, because that's not why I'm here. You're the only person that has the reason behind the motivation that you come to class. And if it is purely for fitness, or if it's for flexibility, or if it's to help ease pain in your body, that's 100% amazing. Because as far as I'm concerned, you can't be the best version of yourself unless you have motivation to do something. And that something can be smiling at somebody as you walk down the street, making eye contact with them. That can be sitting down and working out what your life's purpose is. That can be working out what your life's purpose is and going out into the world and actually doing it. Whatever that is, that's none of my business. That's completely up to you. Now, if you're totally motivated to lose weight, move your body, improve your flexibility, work out pain in your body, then come along to a Pilates or yoga class. If you are feeling a bit flat and a bit low and you need something to help you lift your mood, then come along to a yoga and Pilates class and see if it helps. If you are hyper anxiety, really busy in the head, really anxious, and have the motivation to come along to class, because it can help settle you down. If you're on a spectrum somewhere between and then come along to class and see if it helps calm and settle you down, or lift you and settle you down. Can it help somebody who is extreme anxious or extreme depression? I don't know, is the honest answer. Very likely it's going to give some help somewhere, but you have to have the motivation first to get to the class, or the motivation to go, I'm going to give it a try and do something online. So if you are really low level in a depression, chances are you're not watching this video. Same if you're at the opposite end of the extreme, highly anxious, you may not even get to see this video, so you may be watching this thinking of somebody else, and you may send it to them saying, have a watch of this video. You can't force them to do it. If you are that person, or you know that person, try and encourage them to speak to somebody to get help, in whatever way that help looks like for them. If they can come, if you can get them motivated to come along to class, and we can do something that just gives you a snapshot of a quieter mind. Now, I have never been depressed other than a side effect to a medication that I was on, and when I told the hospital this drug is making me feel depressed, I was told no, it wasn't, it was my illness that was making me depressed. However, when I stopped taking the medication, my mood lifted, so it was the side effect of the medication. So if you're on medication and you're experiencing anxiety or depression, please speak to your medical professional about whether or not it could be a side effect of the drug. Just saying. So yeah, I can't tell you if somebody's depressed or you are depressed that going to yoga or Pilates is going to help. It may, but you also may need other assistance as well. So if that is you, deeply depressed, highly anxious, reach out to somebody who is professionally qualified to help you with that. Please do not suffer in silence in either end of the extreme. And then wherever you are on that spectrum, so I am somebody who either can't get control of my thoughts and I sit on my ass and watch Netflix all day and do nothing, or I do so much that I get nothing done because I have got too many things on the go. I'm that kind of or paralysed to do nothing. And I find that by doing yoga or Pilates, it just gives this a little bit of downtime where I'm not thinking about the outside world. And it might be little snapshots during it, and then the thoughts of the outside world come back in, and that's just life. That's normal. It takes practice to quieten that down, and there'll be days that you'll come in and you'll be able to completely switch that noise off outside and focus on what it is you're doing, and there'll be other days where you come in and you're just like, I'm not even listening to the teacher, but I'll try for the next exercise, and maybe you will get those little snapshots and it will make you feel better. And that's what I want to help bring to you, that space of harmony where you get a little bit of time for you, because I don't think that you can be the best version of yourself, whatever that looks like to you, when you can't focus on you. You can't connect to your body and connect to your breath, and that's what we do through yoga and Pilates. Pilates, if you don't know, is about bringing control into the body and control into the movements, and really connecting that movement. And when you've understood the movement and can do the movement without having to think about that too much, then we can layer in the breath. Yoga is kind of almost the opposite of that. It's right, let's connect with the breath first, and then let's see where we can add movement into that breath and do it with a little bit more fluidity and a bit less control. So that just bringing that focus in can help quieten the mind. But if you're not interested, if you think, I'm not interested in quieting my mind, I'm cool with my mind, then being able to connect your breath to your movement, whether it's through control in Pilates or through letting go in yoga, you're going to get all the physical benefits from it. So you can work with me in class, in real life, or online through my app. And because you watch this video, if you use code INSTALOVE, you will always get 50% off subscription price to the app. Information, use the code INSTALOVE. Rest of the information's on the next page.